Yo, what's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy, Kevin Forte, and today we are heading out to the Bay Area in California. So we're taking a look today at the San Jose Sharks. So I don't think too many Sharks fans are going to be thrilled with this, but I have to bring it up because I want the pulse of the San Jose Sharks fan base to let me know what their thoughts on Timo Meier are right now. So here's the context. So Timo Meier, 25 years old, is coming into a contract season. He's 25 years old and has put up some very good numbers for the Sharks. Definitely been one of their, if not their most productive player on the team. Putting up 35 goals and 76 points last season in 77 games. That's a point per game player pretty much. He's a really good, talented player. And the Sharks are in a spot right now, if you haven't guessed, with a new rookie GM, Mike Grier. It seems like they're in a rebuild. So now that Doug Wilson is no longer there, the new regime comes in. How much of attachment is there going to be to a guy like Timo Meier? So this was from Sheng Peng, and apparently in his NHL European media tour, Timo Meier had some questions about his situation with contract talks with the Sharks. And there haven't been extension talks between Timo Meier and the Sharks yet. And he kind of said it himself here. He said, there hasn't been any conversation about that. I haven't really thought too much about it, to be honest. I know my contract is up in a year, but I'm trying to focus on getting ready for the season and getting ready physically, doing my work during the off season, and having a good start into this season. So that's kind of my only focus right now, since the other stuff hasn't been brought up, and I'm not a guy that likes to think too much about that stuff. So this was from Timo Meier as well. He said this conversation hasn't come up and there haven't been any negotiations or anything. So my focus is in the right now, which I guess is his kind of, maybe a little bit of a disconnect in the translation, is in the right now and just getting ready for the season and play the best season I can have. So the problem is, and I just talked about JT Miller in Vancouver and what I think they should do with him. The problem is you have to accept that you aren't a playoff team, and I think that's what the Sharks have to do because, let's be honest, I look at this team as the worst team in the Pacific Division, in the weakest division in the league. And I do have the Sharks probably finishing bottom three. I think they will very much be in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. And unless some miraculous thing happens in between the pipes here, I just don't think the Sharks have enough. They've got some big money contracts kind of bogging them down. They were able to get rid of Brent Burns, but you've still got that Erik Karlsson contract, which looks brutal right now. And Timo Meier is a guy that he can help you right now, right? He's a guy that you're willing to sacrifice the future for a big ticket contract to keep him now, except the Sharks aren't in a now window. So when you consider the fact that he's going to want a big ticket contract, a major increase in his salary from his $6 million annual average this year, he's definitely going to get a pay raise next year, whether that's 8, 9, 10. I think 10's a little high, but probably closer to $8 or $9 million per season. I expect that the Sharks, if they were to lock him up, would want to do that right now. So when you consider the fact that that salary will be coming in, and the fact that the return that they would have got for him is no longer on the table, I think it is in the Sharks' best interest for the next 5 years of this team to try and get a massive return for Timo Meier. Now, it's obviously not news you want to hear in San Jose, but again, you consider those two factors, and the fact that you have a new regime coming in that doesn't have that attachment to Timo Meier, didn't draft him up on the podium and shake his hand. Those kind of things matter. And I think that's something to consider here with Timo Meier. I think he will get traded. I think he'll sign a nice big ticket contract somewhere. God, if the Islanders, Lou Lamoriello, if you want to get this fan base back on your side, sign Timo Meier. I don't know how you do it, but find a way to get it done. Timo Meier, I think there's plenty of teams that will show interest in him, even with that big ticket contract and whatever comes with it in terms of assets. I think it's a home run for the Sharks right now. It kind of sucks because Meier's been there for a long time. It would be weird to see him in some new threads, but I think that is the kind of the case in point here. And I hate to say it, I don't think the Sharks should wait till the season to even do this, right? Because you're just wasting his time and value at this point. And if the Sharks were to consider a trade, the fact that you're not having discussions with him now and you're not going to be very good this year, it does kind of make you wonder, maybe this is the best move and just to trade him. But with that said, because of the new regime, they might be just waiting, say, 25, 30 games into the year to kind of see what Timo Meier is with their own eyes, in their perspective. Does he have a future here? Because at 25 years old, if they do sign him to an 8-year deal, he will be 32, 33 years old. That's not terrible. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to mortgage the future in order to win now when you sign him. Is that something that the Sharks are in a position to do? So in my opinion, I do think they should trade him, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Timo Meier? Do you think the Sharks should extend him? Do you think they should let him go, try and get more prospects and draft picks in return for him in order to make this a cup contender in the next 4 or 5 seasons? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.